4:20 somewhere, and today is a very special episode of Fast Birds Talks. Why? Because I don't only have one guest, no, I have a bunch of guests. And this episode is titled Road to the AAC, so to the American Autoflower Cup. And I will talk to all the winners who won the past edition of the American Autoflower Cup with Fast Birds Genetics. That will be Free Grow 8, who won with Strawberry Gorilla for Best Sativa. Second best sativa was grown by Chubbs, and that was the Gorilla Punch. And the first place in Indica was won by Good Buddy Flowers with Banana Purple Punch. We will talk what they're preparing for the next edition, which is coming up in January. And they will also tell me some tricks, because in my opinion, now is the time to start your grow if you want to participate in the American Autoflower Cup. But before we start with any of the winners or Joe, we talk to Heather. Hi Heather, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm really good, and now that you are here with me in the chat, I feel even better, and I'm sure everybody in the chat is getting excited now because they talk to you a lot, every time when you write, to our Instagram account, for example, you always talk to, this one. Nah, I can't do it. I'm stuck. Sorry, this one. That one. This one here, Heather, the one and only. How's everything going? And are you happy that we finally got our Instagram back?
Oh, you have no idea. It's always so frustrating when we get our Instagram shut down because I already have a lot of work. And so when Instagram gets shut down, even though I'm missing that piece of my work, it still feels like it's doubled because I have to go into this panic mode of trying to get it back and then focusing on our secondary account to try to make sure that our followers know that I didn't block them, because that's always what people go to. They think we blocked them if they can't find our account. And so, it's very frustrating. So I'm really happy that we were able to get it back.
I am so happy. Yeah, it took a couple of weeks though. I wasn't 100% sure we were getting it back. I had I had the bad vibes of the end of Spanibus 2022 when the account was suddenly gone, and I think it was 150,000 almost followers at that point. 160,000. Oh, it's so bitter, no? And I know how it feels because I know it from the YouTube when our YouTube got taken down with 35,000, and we're approaching 16,000, I think, right now. So, but I said it, I think, 2 weeks ago, we got our first strike. So now we are on very thin ice. We have to be really careful. And it was for something so silly. This video, I just pointed out that YouTube age restricts content and that you better follow us and really check on us. And that's literally, I only showed baby plants. I didn't show people consuming. I didn't show buds. I showed just a few baby plants and mainly just regular flowers out of my garden. And they just, whatever. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about positive things. We have Instagram back, and we have loads of people asking you questions. I'm sure not only for me on YouTube, in the comments, I got millions of questions. I'm sure you get bombarded with questions on Instagram.
All the time.
Do you have what's the most asked question? What would you say?
A lot of times it's just, what strain do you recommend? I think that's usually probably the most common.
Later, we're going to talk to Good Buddy Flowers. I'm going to talk to Free Grow 8. I'm going to talk to Chubbs, because those guys won cups last year at the American Autoflower Cup, and they are prepping, because right now is the time where you really want to start. If you didn't already do it, within this next week or so, pop those babies if you want to participate, because otherwise you don't have enough time. It's a very, thin timeline. You have to be really on point. Otherwise, you're have to chop early, or you don't have enough time drying and curing. So right now, and that's why we're talking about the American Autoflower Cup. But before I come to that, I asked on Instagram, on my personal one, a few questions about fast buds, and I got some responses. For example, from Benita 4 Buds. I'm sure you know him, and he is asking, which fast bud strain was the first? Heather, which one strain was first? I think it's better to ask which strains were the first, right?
Right. We came out with 5 back in 2012, before 2012 actually, like back in really 2010s-ish. We got Crystal Meth, which is more or less discontinued at this point. G14, Mexican Airlines, Northern Express, which is discontinued, and C4matic.
Yeah, but the Northern Express is very similar to the Northern Lights we have now, I'm pretty sure, no?
Exactly. I think that's why we've discontinued it, because we revamped it, we rebred it, we've made it a bigger, better strain. So we went ahead and discontinued the other one.
One of my all-time favorites, Mexican Airlines, and I have somebody else who said, one of my favorites is, I think, Gonfi, Gonfio. Gonfi asked, why don't you release a light THC strain? I love your genetics, but sometimes they're really heavy. I love Mexican Airlines, and this is my favorite strain. Mine as well, Gonfi. And I have a good news for you. We do have a light THC strain because our CBD crack is just 50-50. Yeah. It's like 7-ish% THC, 7-ish% CBD. So if you're looking for like a light strain, in my opinion, she's perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I know a lot of growers that have done that one, and they love it. They love that it's lower THC. They like the synergetic reaction between the two, THC and CBD. They tend to really like that one.
Yeah, the CBD 1-1 or CBD crack, right? We call it.
Mm-hmm.
That
was like the AKA CBD crack.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just cured, or I am curing the green crack right now. And Heather, I can't tell you, every time you open that jar, it's like you sniff on you peel a mango, kind of, basically.
Yeah, I've heard really great things about that one. I've not tried that one yet, but I have heard very nice things about the flavor of green crack.
If I can keep my fingers long enough of her that there will be a little bit left, I bring you a little bit the next time we're going to see each other. Because,
awesome.
This is always the problem. Like, you have something really good, and she already, after a week or two of curing, she already smells so good. It's really hard to let her really cure another 2, 3, 4 weeks or even months, because by that time, I'm like, tick, 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 and it's just already all vaped up.
All the cheeky little buds you take, you don't even get to try it after you've cured it for long enough.
But Free Grow 8, as I said, we're going to talk with him in a little bit. He said that he's actually smoking wet weed right now because he doesn't have anything cured. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, no?
Exactly. If you don't have a choice, why not?
So another question, the secret formula asked, is the blackberry strain Blackberry Kush? And I can give an easy answer, no. It's blackberry, it's unique, it's Blackberry Auto. I don't know, genetically speaking, there might be some Blackberry Kush genetics in there, influenced by that, but it is unique, and it is really the darkest purple strain I've ever seen.
It's beautiful. I really like that one. That one I have tried a couple times. It always tastes so good. Like, no matter who's grown it and what medium, it's pretty consistent, I would say, as well, in terms of flavor, all around, that I've enjoyed it every single time I've tried it. It really tastes a lot like blackberry. Like, it really, really does.
Definitely has that berry terps, and definitely always is purple. I've never seen a green pheno ever. It's just always purple, usually really dark purple, and super heavy indica. No, it's like you have a bit of that blackberry, and you're like, okay, let's take a break and slow down.
Yeah, it's a nightcap for sure.
Cayyi, how do I say that?
Sure.
Let's say Kai420 is asking, do you suggest some base pruning on your genetics, and when would be ideal? That's a tough question to answer as a general question. What would you say?
We usually try to recommend tucking any leaves back before you start to prune them. Like if the question is letting in light, to try to tuck them back first in order to not stress the plant too much, obviously. If you feel like it's extremely necessary to prune the plant, do it so sparingly. I would say like just a couple of leaves at a time if you can manage to do it that way, but try to find alternatives first. Obviously, there are growers that are pruning their autos like crazy, and they have great results. So I can't say for 100% that it would that it would affect the plant in a bad way. However, we generally don't recommend causing too much high stress to autoflowers, just as a general rule.
I like that answer and I agree with that answer, but yet here I am pruning all over left and right. I must say that I lollipop the bottom off because nothing's gonna come down there in terms of light. So I would do that because he's asking when would be ideal. I would do that in the early flowering still, because then the bud sides, they're gonna come on the bottom and the baby, like there's just gonna be a couple popcorn nuggets. I really want the energy to be focused though on the more main buds, maybe like how many sides, like 10, 12, 14 bud sides, and I get rid of the bottom. And at that time, I usually get rid of some fan leaves. And also, I feel like the plant tells you very often if she wants to get rid of fan leaves, because the fan leaves, the bigger ones, they're all often yellow out a little bit because it's like, that's it. And at that time, you can either let them be, but I like to take them off just for the airflow, because I pack way too many plants on way too small space. And when you do that, then you want to do pruning, because nothing is worse than no airflow. You need the airflow, otherwise you might catch yourself some mold, even with super resistant strains, and you don't want to do that.
Exactly. No, I think your advice is sound. I think that's a great way to explain. Like if you feel
I like this extra light on your face, Heather. Sorry, but I like this extra light. Now I see you a little bit. That's beautiful.
I know. I just realized that it's super dark in here.
Oh, it's all good. All good. Look, I'm like sweating because it's super hot in here, you know, like.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sitting right next to a fan. My hair is blowing, but it's so hot.
Yeah, I feel you. It is still the summer. The summer is getting old. I mean, I love summer, but like it's just sometimes a bit too much. And now we just had, where I am, we just had like some rain. And that's the first rain in 6 months. And now everything is getting so humid, and that really is unusual for where I live. And also like the humidity with hot temperatures, like wow. All right, a couple more questions.
Does it get really humid where you are?
No, not at all, because no, it's all good. No, it doesn't, because
like in comparison to Barcelona,
I am in
bad, right?
Yeah, in Barcelona where you are, so we're like 600 miles apart, just 1,000 kilometers apart, more or less. I'm down the coast, you're up the coast. In Barcelona, I lived there for 5-6 years. And it gets in the summer more humid, and you have more like this like feeling of a sticky summer. Here, it's just you're in an oven. Literally in an oven. So you have really dry heat, but it gets high. Like it gets 35 in the shade, 40 in the shade. So that meaning that's like 90 to 100 in the shade. And that's in the shade. So you go in the sun, and you literally have like 120, so like 50, 60 degrees Celsius, you know? So that's why I had not so good success with a few autos I grew outside this summer, because I just had them, they need maximum sun exposure. Yeah, not where I live though, because they're just literally being fried, you know?
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And you'd have to like water them constantly. I can imagine as well.
Twice a day water. I mean, my garden, my regular vegetable and stuff garden by now is only a quarter left. Like a few peppers are left, some aubergines, eggplants, some that kind of stuff is left. The rest is like done. And I have the irrigation on twice a day, in the mornings and at night. It otherwise, they would be just desert, you know, so.
They would die. Yeah, I get it.
So Civic 5 Salford, thanks for always tuning in, Civic. It really appreciate. Also, always often the first one to comment on our videos on YouTube. He is asking, what would you say is the easiest autoflyer from fastbuds to grow? I mean, a plant that's great for first timers, but also is good with temps, no matter if they're too low or too high.
I would go with any of the Gorilla strains, actually. Specifically, maybe Gorilla Cookies, but I think Gorilla Glue is also a great option in that sense. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree.
Definitely easy strain is also, and very, very robust strain is the Strawberry Pie. Strawberry Pie is super robust, super easy to grow, and I grew her once on the terrace in winter. I mean, it was in Barcelona winter, but you know how cold it gets. And I only gave her, it was like a mini grow. She purposely had only like a quart, so a liter pot or something max, maybe even less, and she grew like a foot tall or so, and she performed really great. She still had like 15 grams, half an ounce of beautiful flowers, and she had to battle with temperatures which were way below her comfort zone, and she just performed really great.
That's good. But I did a purple punch as well outdoors last year here in Barcelona. And as well, it actually withstood some really high temperatures because I put it out really late, like super late. I should have put it out much earlier. Okay. And it withstood really, really well. And I didn't do anything special to it. It just got about, I want to say 6 hours of sun, maybe, because it was on my balcony. And it turned out really, really good. So even Purple Punch, even some of the purple strains, which I think tend to be a little more sensitive, withstand and can be grown by beginners as well, I think.
I think the blackberry too. The blackberry is super, super easy going too. And I love that, what you just said, and what I said about those like balcony grows and like less than perfect conditions. That, and you can have massive yields, like when you check out Canametos with his like pound yields, out of one plant.
Yeah, so he's a master of his art for sure.
Definitely. And he is asking a question I don't think you or I will be able to answer, but I hope we will be able to come, because he's just asking, when is the Fastbuds team coming to Toronto?
I would love to go. I know that we've been in the past. I know we went before I started working at Fastbuds, there were a couple of Canadian fairs that we attended. I was not part of Fastbuds at that time. So I'm sure that it's future plans at some point. But like you said, I don't know when to put a date on that or any kind of like ETA of that kind of thing. I hope soon. I hope that.
Me too. And I really want to meet him. I also talked to the joint doctor. He's in Quebec, and I also want to meet him. There's
Joe.
People. Joe is in Saint. Wait, what state is that again? Where Joe is at?
I think he's in New Brunswick. Area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, Joe is there, and not only there. Also, as we said, we're also talking about the American Autoflower Cup, and I really would like to meet those guys. Like, since they won and being in contact through social media and on these lives and on these shows, and like, really, I feel like I miss them. I just want to hang out with all of them. No?
I agree. I've been talking to. I think I've mentioned it before, but Chubbs, for example, I've spoken to him since probably my beginning of working in Fastbuds. He and I have been in contact for the 5 years that I've worked here, 6 years almost now. He's such a nice guy. I would love to meet him and his family. And his pigs, his cute pigs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to talk to Chubbs later as well, so stay tuned. And I hope one day we can have like a tour different cannabis events all over the US and Canada, and just meet people, create content, to talk to people. It would be like a dream for sure.
That would be great. I'm hoping that they'll let me go to the Cup this year. I would love to. I don't think it will happen, but I would be thrilled if I were able to go.
Same here. I know it's most likely not gonna happen, but I really, really, really want to go. I want to meet the guys. I want to interview them. I want to hang out in person. I want to congratulate them when they win, and I want to get really, really stoned too.
Of course, and I'm sure that there it's going to be very easy.
Yeah, and there's all the good herbs. I mean, I can't wait. That's always the most, not only hanging with them, also trying their pride, like trying some of that world record breaking strawberry gorilla of Free Grow 8, or the amazing terpene loaded banana purple punch of Good Body Flowers. I want to just, I would probably just okay, let's create content now, because once I start, I'm getting way too stoned.
Exactly.
For this.
Get all the things that you need to get done first, and then go get loaded.
Exactly. And Marcel Kranjik asked, when to harvest autoflowers?
I mean, this is very subjective to what the plant is telling you, I guess. Generally speaking, it's 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the strain, I would say. But the plant will tell you when it's ready. I mean, you got to watch the trichomes to where, so that they're how you like them, because every grower is a little bit, has their own preferences of how much amber they like versus not.
As you said, it's very subjective. It depends on who you ask.
Exactly. Everyone has their own little formula as to when they like to harvest.
All right, last question for today. TN Pistol. It's quite of a long question. He's asking what we suggest for outdoor cultivation, but more specifically for wetter climates, like in Germany, for example. Generally, I love orange sherbet as an outdoor plant, and she probably performs well in Germany as well. But depending on when you start to grow, I probably would go more with the more indica dominant ones. As I said earlier, we said strawberry pie is really resistant to molds and stuff, and also blackberry is as well. And you had another one too, no?
I was going to say, I know, specifically in Germany, I'm not the expert, but I know that a lot of UK growers really love Northern Lights auto, and they tend to have a very humid, wet season in summer. And yeah, a lot of them speak really highly of the Northern Lights. So I would suggest that one too. I know it does really great outdoors. You can grow a really big plant from that one outdoors.
Being on original, it wasn't even that much on my radar, because sometimes you're more focused of our our design strains. But yeah, of course, Northern Lights, the original, was already bred back in the day to resist mold, to resist colder climates. And so of course Northern Light is always a great choice for that.
Exactly.
And he also was asking, which strain do you think has the strongest lemon flavor?
Probably lemon pie or lemon AK. Also purple lemonade. Obviously, just in the name alone, those are the lemon terpenes. But those three are the three that come to mind for sure. Purple lemonade is definitely the most common one at the moment for people searching for that lemon flavor.
And you can decide, do you want fast flowering or do you want the auto strain? Right now it's coming out very soon. Purple lemonade fast flowering strain review will be online very, very shortly. I'm working on it right now.
Nice.
And yes, the purple lemonade really has this incredible limonene terpene flavor for sure. And I also really like the mimosa cake. That also has that, but it has it with a different edge. It has it a little bit more with the dessert straininess mixed together,
Yeah, it's got more of a sweet than tart.
Yeah,
I would
for
say.
Sure.
Sweeter, on the sweeter side. I like mimosa cake a lot, actually. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, along with, as everybody knows, maybe orange sherbet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my personal favorite, because we're also talking a bit about the fast flowering right now, and I'm also working on that strain report very, very soon, is the GG4 sherbet. She is, I test a lot, I grow a lot, but she is just she just blew my mind. This is literally the gorilla funky, gassy, incredible, almost OG kind of of the gorilla, that combined with the orange and the sweet and tart terpenes of the orange sherbet is just, I can't get around her, so I have to actually ask my wife to hide the last 5 grams of it, so I don't go through it within the next couple of days.
Off.
Yeah, exactly.
She's gotta hide it, and that's hilarious. You just smell for it. Just smell around and you find it.
I wish I wouldn't have it all like sealed. You're good. That's right. Where are you?
I can smell you somewhere.
Heather, I thank you so much, and I really hope that we can both go together to the American Autoflower Cup, because we are on the road to the American Autoflower Cup, and the contestants which won last year, Chubbs, Free Grow 8, and also Good Body Flowers, are planting, and we are gonna look now into what their tips are and what they're actually growing. So maybe if you want to compete against them, you can also learn a little bit and start your growing soon, because it is time. Thanks so much, Heather. And anybody who has questions for Heather, put them in the chat, or also hit us up on our Instagram account, the FastBuds Instagram account.
It's at FastBuds, one word, _genetic_official.
That's the one to follow. If you have any questions for Heather, she will definitely get back to you. And Heather, I thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, it's 420 somewhere. So we're on the road to the American Autoflower Cup, and we are talking with the winners of this year, so the past competition, because the next competition is in January. And that's what we're talking about this, because in my opinion, right now is like the last week you can still plant your autos if you want to submit them to the American Autoflower Cup. And one who's definitely gonna do that is Chubbs! Chubbs in the house, man. Thanks for being here, man.
No worries. Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. It's always so nice to talk to you. And I see, you already have something lit up there. I'm putting my packs on. I'm sure there's some nice FastBuds in there, no?
Yeah, man. Actually, I went old school on this one. I'm smoking on some of that Cinderella.
Oh, I love that. She's so limonene. And
oh man, the taste is just phenomenal.
Yeah. And isn't she crazy when she grows, how the pistils get like super long, like extremely long? It's crazy, no?
It was super long and super frosty for me, and it definitely has a lemony smell, because when you break it up, when you break it up, man, I tell you, it tickles your nose with just all kinds of different hints of different stuff.
Yeah, and super nice uppy sativa kind of effects. Yeah, she is one of the originals I grew multiple times. It's so hard to grow so many times different strains. I know how you grow them all as well. You know how hard it is to regrow, because there's new ones coming, there's testers coming. We're going to talk about your testers in a minute, but I had to regrow her multiple times, because I like to have her in a stash. And now that you remind me, I think I gotta have to regrow her very soon again.
Definitely recommended. It wasn't a whole heart of a grow. I didn't do too much, nothing special that I remember. And some dense flowers and very rewarding. So I would recommend it highly.
How did you roll her up? Did you use like a Canagar, or what is that? Like a blunt, or?
No, I use a blunt wrap. I use zigzag blunt wraps.
Nice. You're living it up, man. You're living it up. And if since we talked already about the testers, you're usually an indoor grower, but you made like an exception this year for us, and we're really honored, because you took all 14 photoperiodic FastBuds testers and you grow them all outside in your greenhouse. Actually, you built your own greenhouse for that. First of all, before I want to hear how it's going, thank you for that, because we all profit. The entire community profits from testers, and especially thorough testers like you, because you don't just test one plant. Chubbs always grows 2 plants, so he has a comparison. Oh, how's that pheno? How's that pheno? Do I have the same pheno? And so, but now you have to let us know, how is it going, man?
I tell you, man, if you want to walk into a jungle, every time I go into that greenhouse, it's just crazy how big they've gotten. I mean, there's a couple in there. I think, my greenhouse is 6.5 feet tall, and I got one that's about an inch from the top. It's a big one. That one, I believe, is number 5.
Nice. Do you have a personal favorite so far? Do you have anything which you go past and you're like, sniff that up and you're like, wow.
Overall, I'd have to say the number that comes to mind is 14. 14, I'm about to be pulling out of there.
Okay.
And every time I go by it, man, the smell is almost like it's sweet and just super sticky, It's getting hard to walk down the middle of it, so you got to be careful and almost shimmy down, so if not, your clothes get all stinky.
That's amazing. Joe said that the other day. I think in his Gorilla Cookies FF, he made like a C2 harvest, and he said, I think he walked in the room, and then he put his kids to bed, and they were like saying, Dad, you smell like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I got to be careful, especially with the baby, you got to be careful.
For sure. We all are. But, and first of all, I think I congratulated you on Insta and when we talked privately already. But now officially here, congratulations, man, because a few months ago you became Papa again, right?
I did, yes. Number 4, beautiful baby boy. And
nice.
I tell you, God gave me a carbon copy of myself, so I couldn't be more proud, man. I'm blessed, like I said, every way.
Yeah, congratulations again. And I'm sure you are super busy because you don't only have a baby, like a real baby. You have like tons of babies outdoors you're testing, And you also are preparing for what we're talking mainly about today. The American Autoflower Cup is coming up again, and I think you, I don't know how they say it in English, licked blood last year because you won second best sativa with Gorilla Punch, if I'm correct.
Yes. And I tell you, man, I couldn't be more thrilled even coming in second because it was, like I said, my first competition, so it was a real surprise for me. I do it for fun, and I just happened to be in perfect time to where I had some, so I was able to submit entries. And just luckily enough, like I said, you don't know what you're capable of until you try. So
absolutely.
I tell all growers, you know what? Try, man, because again, it's kind of like a food. Everyone has a different preference.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. And for me, it's too. I was lucky enough to win the best indica, like really win, like first place. But I would have been probably as proud if it would have been third place too, personally. Because that is a game, because, there is like so many strains. You compete against so many others. And, we're not only, we have amazing genetics on our hands. That's our first advantage, but we still have to do a lot of things right to get there, So, and if you just have a baby and you just grow really good weed and people appreciate it, doesn't matter. Of course it matters if you're first or second, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. It's just if you are in the top 3 that you get like a cup, you get to bring one of these home, and that's just what it is about.
I tell you, man, it's about those bragging rights, and I'm definitely coming for first place this year,
Yeah, Chubbs is going for first place this year. Nice.
Definitely, and so, I got some good entries.
I think you have a big tent, right? How big is that tent again? It's quite big, no?
I do. I got a 4x8 grow tent. I got 2 HLG 650 from Horticulture Lighting Group running in it, And
nice.
I keep it simple. I got the AC Infinity, intake and exhaust. So
you have such a system down. I really appreciate that, guys. Not only check Chubbs out on Instagram, check him out on Grow Diaries because he is doing an amazing job, and he has basically all his grows. He medically grows. He has them documented there. So if you grow the same strain, you can see what did he do and where did he maybe run into certain things you don't want to run into, or how did he feed them and how fast was it. So it's really, really nice. So check out Chubbs on Grow Diaries for sure.
Thanks, brother. Thanks. Yeah, this year, I think we're going to have some tough competition out there because last year was the first ever, so just to say that you're competing, that's a win in itself, just to be in that kind of caliber,
It's fun to go and to participate, and if you win, that's the plus. But, you want to compete, and it is nice if you get to, show that you can grow bombshell weed, and that's just like fun in that sense, and shared with others too, And
Oh yeah, I'm sure the kids enjoy it.
I am 100% sure of that, man. 100% sure. I hope I get to test your weed soon. But what really interests me is, what did you put in that tent? What is in the tent right now? Because that are the plants which most likely will go to the American Autoflower Cup.
For sure. Now I got 18 plants in there. I got 6 different strains. No, 17 actually. 6 different strains and 3 of each generally.
Oh, nice.
I got, what do I got? Let's see. I got Moby Dick. Nice. I got Gorilla Skittles. What is in there? Gorilla Skittles, apricot, Tropicana cookies,
mimosa cake,
strawberries. I had three. Mimosa cake. That's the one I always forget. Yeah, and I'm excited about that one because, man, I've seen some pictures from fellow growers that have done it already, and man, have they done it. I couldn't be prouder of what they've done with it, man. So I can't wait to see what it'll do.
It's definitely one of my favorites since it came out. Like, it really, really blew me away. Like, but I think there will be a lot of mimosa cake around because I think you're growing it. I think Free Grow 8 is growing it, and Good Buddy Flowers is growing it. So that will be the duel of the mimosas.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'm excited, I mean, I got them in, they're about, I think, just over 4 weeks right now, so they're about just starting to flower, so hopefully we'll get them done. The problem is right now, where I'm at in Southern California, the heat and the weather's been so bad and brutal. It's just crazy this year.
I know. I feel you have the same issue right now. I will really make a point next year. I'm saying it out now. I'm going to make a stop where I just stop growing for like 2 months or 3 months in the summer. Just let it. It's going to be hard. I'm going to miss it, but I just want to have that break. And the best time to do it now, I see it much more clear, is if I'm in a climate like this, I stop growing in the summer for unless I buy something before that, then no. But
it's funny you say that because this year, I did exactly that. Once I finished my winter grow, I stopped for about 2 months for my indoor because I started the outdoor greenhouse because I figured, just indoor, I grow in a garage, and it just, man, in a garage plus a tent, no ventilation besides my intake and exhaust. It gets hot, so.
Yeah. 100% same here.
I run my lights at night, It's not only easier and less stressful on the plants.
So what's your light schedule, man?
I think I have them on 18 hours.
Okay. So what other tricks or tips can you have for other people who want to try to compete against you the next American Autoflower?
I'll tell you. Throw everything but the kitchen sink at it. You have the best shot. No. Realistically, I'll be honest, man. I use 4 nutrients, really. I use, it's not even general hydroponics anymore. I think it's like Terra Aquatica now.
Okay.
But I use their 3-part Flora series, basically. I do it actually at quarter strength.
Okay.
So if it tells me to use it, and I do that from day, probably, I'll be honest, I only do it maybe 5 or 6 times throughout the grow. The trick is start with a great soil. Start with a good medium, so that way they have the nutrients right there to, just get when they need it, I've kind of learned from my experience with soil, if you feed them too early, you're going to get leaf burn. You're going to get a lot of problems that you're going to catch yourself trying to fix almost the whole grow, as opposed to starting with a good soil and waiting until you start seeing them actually give you a couple signs of CalMag deficiency, see a little couple rust spots before you start adding it in.
Yeah.
But for the most part, once I start seeing, a couple little rust spots, I give it CalMag almost every feeding, I give it, I think, 1 teaspoon per gallon.
Okay.
So, and my watering, I have almost a scientific method, from stages. Right now they get basically 1,000 liters every day, just because of the temperatures. But from, I want to say, the first week, I mist them with just a hand sprayer, just to keep the soil moist.
Yeah.
Right after they sprout, they get about, 500 mLs about every other day. From that point, about about 3 weeks in, that's when they bump it up to 1,000. And then once they start flowering, they get almost 2 liters a day.
Nice. That's really and that's what I like about your style of growing, because you are doing it medically and you need consistent quality, and you are not just trying out, you're really doing it, as you said, almost almost mechanical, in a sense. Of course, you listen to your plants. I know you do. You grow great plants, but you're doing it basically like an automated system. And then if something might come up, then you can just say, that. And then you will have to document it on your grow diaries, so you can even look it up for yourself.
Exactly. Depending on what week or what stage of growth, or depending on what pops up, it could be from a pest, so all right, hey, maybe I gotta make sure I'm doing better on my pest control at night, or my plant's getting angry at me because my soil's hot, or that's a good thing too. I always pH, when I do water for the most part, but I'm on well water, so I don't have a lot of the city contaminants.
Nice. Yeah, I don't use city water. I can't use my city water. It's not.
No,
not sufficient in quality.
Like my greenhouse, my greenhouse is all automated on a drip system. I don't even pH the water. It comes right out of my tap, and they get watered every morning, and I'll tell you, they've been doing phenomenal.
Yeah, guys, check out Chubbs on Insta. Check him out on Grow Diaries for sure. He does some amazing thing. One trick for me, if you start, right, especially because I do a lot of dry amendments in the beginning in my soil, so the soil can be hot a little bit, and so I like to start in the center of my pot. If I directly sow in there, I just basically leave the size of a pot out and just put a light mix, maybe a little bit of worm castings to it, just something very, very light, and that way, in the beginning, the seed doesn't have to, it just literally shoots the root down, and if it's searching for nutrients, it finds it further down. It doesn't need it right there, because that's not, in the first days. Otherwise, sometimes it happens to me too that you maybe burn. You say oh man, I guess that soil was a bit hot. Maybe exactly at that spot I didn't mix the dry amendments perfectly, so it's hitting right away something really heavy, and then you're sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah. Yeah, you definitely got to apologize, they'll hear you. I really hope I will see you one time very soon in personal, maybe at the American Autoflower Cup. That's still my dream, but let's see if that's gonna work out.
That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome, brother.
All right.
Definitely.
Man, and until then, never forget, it's 420 somewhere. And also on the way to the American Autoflower Cup is Good Buddy Flowers. Last cup, he won Best Indica with Banana Purple Punch, and tonight we're gonna talk to him. Hey man, how are you doing?
Hey Sebastian, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for joining. Today we're talking with all the last winners, Fast Buds winners from the American Autoflower Cup, because to me right now is the best time. If I really still want to join, now or never. In 2 weeks, forget it. Now, then within the next 5 days, you got to put them in there, or that's it, because then you can't have the fresh. And I do like the fresh, nice flowers. It's only cured for a few weeks, because they just, they just look nicer, they're fresher. And if they're real good terpene wise, the terpenes don't need that extra cure necessarily. And I have the feeling that in competitions that sometimes helps. What do you think?
I totally agree. Yeah, I think with my submission last year, I only cured for a week and a half, and the terps were still really there. I opened up the bag and it smelled like Starburst and melted candy.
Yeah, that strain is special. That strain is so sweet and so fruity, amazing. And for me also, the curing for the Tropicana cookies for the Autoflower World Cup was only a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. That's it. It was on point for some reason. I was just the best at that point.
Yeah, with Fast Buds, I've been noticing I don't even need that much of a cure, because the terps are just loud and always there.
Yeah, thanks. And Of course, it's the genetics. We all know without good genetics, you can never grow good wheat. That's impossible. But you also put a lot of love in it and a lot of thought, and you are having a 100% organic approach, like build a soil kind of style, no? And KNF too, no?
Yep. I'm running some build a soil products right now, and then I'm also making my own Korean natural farming ferments. And I did it on my previous run, and man, it was so easy. And just like, I don't pH the water anymore. I don't do any of that like nonsense.
Nice.
And it's just been such a breeze.
And I learned from you, my friend, because I bought 3 goldfish and they have like a very small tank, and I just use it as an inoculant. You know what I mean? I put it in with the water and just let it like be in there with all the goodness to it. So it's just like this little tad extra in microbial life you put in there, kind of. So that is from you. Thank you for that.
Of course, yeah. Sadly, not this run. I haven't been running any more fish because I moved to Oregon now.
Yeah, I heard.
So I'm smaller space, but still making do with what I got.
Nice, and I mean, you're doing a really amazing job. I mean, I see your plans, how they're coming along, and I think I saw you had like a run before that. You just grew that purple lemonade too, no?
Yeah, that purple lemonade is mind-blowing. Like, it actually turned so purple, and
absolutely, yeah.
I want to show you the wash too. The wash when I did the bubble wash.
I saw it. You sent me the video. I remember. I'm gonna show it when the water was all purple. Yeah, and some phenos of that, actually have all the trichomes inside are like lilac, and if you make live rosin out of it, you get purple rosin.
Yeah, I definitely saw, because when I was looking it through them, through like my jeweler's loop, I could see like the stalk of the trichome.
That turns
purple.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was mind blown, and I'm a fool because I thought fast flowering was still autoflowers, and I didn't take a cut because I thought it was just autoflower, but I later found out
that was that fast flowering too.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm making the strain report about it right now. Please send me a video. I will definitely put a video of yours in the strain report. I'm working on that as we speak. I recorded it today, and I'm gonna hopefully get it ready very soon, within the next couple of days, and get it out on YouTube.
Sounds good. I'll send you photos and a video. I think I took videos.
And talking about YouTube, somebody is now on YouTube.
Yep, I just started my first YouTube series. It's following my Fast Buds Grow and how I'm growing organically, and all the amendments and all the fertilizers that I'm incorporating into it.
I really like it. I watched it. I like it. I can't wait for the next episode, because I know from your social media that the plans are already further than an episode is. But I know what a bitch it is to make an episode like that. So I know it takes time. It doesn't just happen by itself.
Yeah, I'm still a newbie to this, social media and creating content, but it's been really fun, and it's a great learning experience so far.
I mean, you just have beautiful flowers. You just have to take photos of those, and then I really like how you are, how I'm definitely making that sprouted tea you're talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta tell the people about that.
Yeah, sprouted seed teas are a game changer for me. Especially with the brand or the seeds that I'm using, like barley, wheat, and rye, and there's just so much microbial life on the seeds already. So when you just make the seed meal too, just throw it on top, and you get so much life activity on top of the soil, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I need to get my hands somewhere here on some of that bokashi. I like the top layer of my soil. That's where I'm lacking. And of course, I want to have it at one point bigger containers too. But for now, I'm gonna try this megapot autoflower pot kind of system. I want to combine that with kind of living soil. The only problem is always, if you have too small containers, it's hard to keep the soil really at the level you want to keep it.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and then ever since I started running these bigger pots, it's been such a breeze. I could leave the house for like 4 or 5 days and not worry about watering.
That's cool.
Because you could really just drench it and
they go down and they know they have enough space and they have hold, and when they know that they're stable, they grow bigger. So, and yeah, but that's why I want to have the Autopod / Megapod system, kind of something like that, you know, with the Fast Buds bags, with the 15-liter Fast Buds bags. Those in there, they're great for autoflowers, you know, like, and you can leave for like a week or so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to see your process on that one.
I will keep you posted. You already started your grow too, like maybe you're in. I would assume you're like in week 4 now, 3, 4, something like that.
Yeah, I just hit 32 days yesterday, so.
Okay, cool.
And they're getting really big.
And you have 6 plants in one bed, right?
Yeah, I'm running 6 plants in a 80-gallon container. So the ones I'm running, I'm really excited for mimosa cake.
Nice.
Strawberry with a Z.
Yeah.
And then strawberry banana. Those are my top 3 right now that I'm really looking forward to.
What are like tricks which were like game changers to you in growing autos, and how do you think what people can tweak to maybe have a chance to win against you?
Yeah, I would definitely just put the seed directly into the pot, your final pot. I did a transplant with orange sherbet, and I think I stunted it because, I did a terrible job transplanting. And then the second one would probably be just making sure you're having fun, and and just if you show your love to the plant's gonna show you love back.
Hallelujah! Absolutely, definitely, yeah. And then I think the trick everybody has to learn, and he's not talking about right now, is listen to him. He puts so many different amendments, small amounts, of everything. And I do the same thing. I try a lot of things out, but I never just throw shit at it, like a lot of it. I would never feed the full amount, because I feed so many different things, and I want to keep it alive, the soil alive, That's why I do want to start my own worm farm. I really want to have an own worm farm and really have a lot of worms in my soil. Keeps everything aerated.
Yeah, so
their poop is like pure, amazing fertilizer right away. So it's
like gold.
Absolutely. Do you miss your fish a little bit?
I do miss them a lot, just because of the watering. I could definitely tell like the nitrogen isn't all there as like compared to my actual fish water, and just like the micronutrients. But other than that though, I do see a difference, but I'm holding up with my own homemade fertilizers now. And
you use some fish aminos or something, no?
Yeah. So I went fishing here in Oregon, and I had some leftover fish like scraps, and I'm using a brand that it's from Chris Trump. He's one who I learned Korean natural farming.
Okay.
But in the meantime, while I'm fermenting my own fish amino acids, it takes about 6 months. So it's been 4 months now. So it should be ready in the next month or 2.
Cool. I can't wait to hear more about that. Maybe you'll drop one of those videos. So everybody subscribe to Good Buddy Flowers on YouTube and of course on Instagram. So on the road to the American Autoflower Cup 2024, do you have already something you're maybe curing and gonna be long curing, or is it just those 6 plants? That's what you're going for?
Just the 6 plants right now. Right now, all my money's gonna be on mimosa cake and strawberries and strawberry banana.
Nice.
Just like I do stem rubs, and I could smell like the fruitiness coming off of it already. Like I was like doing some low stress training, and then I was also doing some defoliation. And when I snap up a leaf, I could just smell the fruitiness, which is crazy to me because it's
amazing.
Really early into flowering right now. So
that's amazing. I can't wait for more videos on your YouTube. I can't wait to see how everything's gonna go. I hope you're gonna keep us, informed. And before you're gonna go there, we have to chat again for sure. And until then, never forget, it's 420 somewhere.
Thank you, Sebastian, for having me on.
And last but certainly not least, let's talk to one more winner of the past American Autoflower Cup. Free Grow 8. Free Grow 8, I'm so grateful you are here with me today, winner of the American Autoflower Cup 2023, and you are on the road to the next American Autoflower Cup, I'm sure, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ecstatic, to say the least. I'll tell you what I'm more happy about, some of the people that I've met over the last 8 months that were there that I didn't even know. I'm just looking forward to hanging out with these people that I've met from the last time. We talk online and stuff, but I want to be there with you in person, and
Nice.
just like the feeling and the attention is just something, it's insane. It's great. It's such a good feeling.
And I know you were super stoked last time. You've created amazing content, and on top of it, you won the thing in the category Sativa with a girl which I am growing right now, and I grew her before you, probably a year and a half before you ever grew her, but I'm regrowing her right now, and I am re-falling in love with Strawberry Gorilla. She's just such an amazing strain. She has that gassy funk and the strawberry berry deliciousness to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I've been saying from the beginning, Fast Buds has that strawberry, that the terpenes, the flavor, whatever they have, it's like a science they have with the strawberry flavors. I mean, award-winning for sure. Anything with a strawberry attached to it is going to be phenomenal.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I mean, the strawberry pie is great for sure as well. The strawberry banana, and I'm thinking I peaked something that you might already have some strawberry banana you want to put in a long cure for the cup, huh?
Yeah, that's what I did last year. I'm following the exact recipe that I did for last year, coming down to curing, and I have about 4 strains right now that will possibly be going to the American Autoflower Cup. So, but I'm still growing more. I'm still searching. I'm trying to bring the whole Fast Buds catalog, if you would.
Thank you so much, man. It's amazing. So, what's your favorite so far? What is right up, leading the team there?
So the Strawberry Gorilla, and then the strawberries with the Z. I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
And then I have, to believe it or not, some of the testers that I were testing, the ones with just the numbers. I have 2 of those.
Let me know the numbers, please.
I can tell you. I have them in the other room.
Okay.
And then I have cherry cola. But like I said, within the next couple of months, whatever is going to be the best, will be going. But definitely the Strawberry Gorilla that I sent you a picture of, I took so many pictures. So it's such a beautiful plant.
I think you're talking about not Strawberry Gorillas, because you think you're talking about Strawberry Banana, right?
I'm sorry, Strawberry Banana, yes, my fault. Yep.
Yeah, that's strawberry a great strain. That was an amazing. When she came out and I grew her first, it's like, wow, that's some amazing terpenes. But sometimes, and I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of strains and really try to be more putting it down to which is my personal favorite and what do I want to regrow, and take some time in between to regrow and not just run tester after tester after tester, because it's sometimes you want to go back and you want to look back and, hey, this strain was so great, I need that again in my stash, because otherwise you end up with, you grow like a favorite and then you run out of it and you're like, why did I do that to myself?
I know. That's the one part about the autoflowers is there's no cloning. I found like that Strawberry Banana, you would best believe I would have the whole room that, it wasn't just the flower, but the buds are perfect. We're looking for a winning plant judge-wise, looking in the eyes of the judges when they're breaking it down, smoking it. It's not just the flower, it's the looks, the smell. I mean, when I cure it for like 3 months, I want them to open that jar and it smack them in the face, like it was just cut down.
Yeah. Nice.
That's what I'm really looking for. The Strawberry Banana is very, very fruity, the strawberry. And then I want to say the numbers, the testers were freaking very gassy. So
then you might be one of them might be this one, number 4, because number 4 is like limonene and gas heaven.
Yeah.
Like it's this one. I submitted that one to the Autoflower World Cup, and that made actually in best new strain number 4. So, and I didn't say that it was the best plant I ever grew. She was a nice plant, and that was like, I didn't do my best job on her, but she was still number 4 in best new strain, and there was like 20 plants in that category, so that was definitely she.
Oh man, I'm definitely nervous. I know these people are out there trying to grow the best autoflowers they can, and so am I. I mean, to me, it's just fun. This is what I love to do. And I'm very fortunate and blessed by Fast Buds to like make this all possible, so.
And I am sure you're gonna submit some bombshell wheat again, for sure. And I think you have a personal goal. Maybe you will reach it. No, you have a personal goal, which is that there should be a 3 somewhere in front of the percentage of THC somewhere, no?
Yeah, there's a couple of goals that I have to try to push the limits of the autoflower plant and, the boundaries of the THC percentage. I would love to reach 30%. And just by looking at it, it's very, very possible. And not only that, but I would like to go, obviously I would like to like claim first place again, but it's just the community. It really is just about the community, and being in that environment is what I live for. I mean, I feel like I can go in that environment and I'm going to light up the room. Wait till this next Autoflower Cup. I'll feel more comfortable.
Nice.
I'll have my shirts, and cool. I'm going there to light up the night.
Yeah, and you will, and I really am proud of you. I really see your development over this past, 9 months, and you just told me off record that you're now also working in a grow shop, and I think you're probably doing that also to expose yourself to the community more in person. And as much as I love hanging with you, don't misunderstand me, but that I'm looking at a camera right now and not in your face, that is just that like which sometimes is missing when we're doing this like in the cyber world, so and then meeting and I hope I can come. I really wish I can come. I want to hang, I want to try your weed, I want to create cool content, and I want to just be in this environment with all of you, and just really, and especially me being not in America, not growing in America, don't have to compete is also a benefit, because that would free me up really to focus more on everybody else who is competing, and to talk to everybody more, because you know how it is that day of a competition and you have your entries in there, you're like nervous, you're like, am I gonna, so.
Yeah, oh man, it didn't even fit here. I mean, I would love for you guys to be there. I've talked to you guys so much over the phone, and just to be in person with you would be, incredible.
We will make it happen. I don't know if we'll make it happen this January, but we will make it happen. I will come to Cali one day, and then I don't know if I will ever leave, because I will just be probably like, wow, where's all this live resin coming from? Wait, where's my electronical dab rig? I'm never leaving here ever again.
It's different. It's a different lifestyle out there, and it's very like addicting. It's what I live for. I have some future things coming up that I'm very excited about. I haven't really spoke about them, so I'm very blessed, to say the least.
And you are blessing us with a lot of amazing content. And I see it's not just your plants. You get your fingers on all different sorts of cannabis-related items. Doesn't matter if it's like some rosin you get your fingers on, or if it's like a mycorrhiza or something. You take great photos of them, and everybody is happy with that. And we love to follow you on Instagram and just see all this content. It's just amazing.
Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, honestly, for all the followers and you guys. And I mean, to think where I could be a year from now, it could be very special. and I'm hoping that. So
we're always working towards that goal, and we have a common goal. No, we have a common goal to free this plant.
Yes,
it's just one thing we really do need to still work on, especially in some other countries.
Sebastian, that is my 100% goal, is to get this plant out there as art, not just as a medicine, but it should be viewed as art. I mean, it is. We can make some very, very beautiful pictures, some content. I mean, it's just incredible what this plant does, and we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg or anything. It's just crazy.
Right now, I say it's like the last week you can throw some beans in if you want to have a chance to have it ready for the competition. If you want it to be, properly dried, properly cured, it is possible right now, like within the next, let's say, a week. So do you have any tips for anybody who is like maybe new and who wants to compete, wants to go to the American Autoflower Cup and want to see, hey man, can I compete and where do I land? Because in the end, even if you don't get a cup, you will know where you land and you will learn out of it. What are some tips for people because you are like a master at it?
Oh, well, thank you for such a compliment, Sebastian. Just, put them in the dirt and just follow your heart. I mean, it's really, at the end of the day, it's a weed. It's very hard to kill weeds, and if you take care of them properly, then they'll flourish. Make sure the temperature's proper. I use when I do autoflowers, I use more of a cocoa soil. It soaks up more of the nutrients and stuff. So I make my own CO2 bottles. I know that there's a bunch of ways to do that, but I make my own with sugar and yeast.
Yeah, check out the Fast Buds YouTube account. In our short section, there is a video which I put together of you, FreeGrow8, making this very cool CO2 bat. Yeah. And that is a good idea, because if you put like a lot of light on them, if you put the light strong at one point, which autoflowers love a lot of light, if you give them extra CO2, they will love you for that.
Will swear. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they have such a short lifespan, so you really want to take care of them, special, like you treat your own special lady. That's how you want to treat them.
Yeah, I always call them my babies or my ladies. That for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with and what will actually go to the cup in the end.
I guess another goal is to push that 30% THC, and then just to have fun and meet new people. And also, it would be ecstatic if you could. I mean, this is reaching for the stars, but placing in each category. I mean, indica and sativa, that would be, pretty cool too.
I like that you put your goals high up in the sky, because only that way you can reach them. And we saw it, not only you winning the American Autoflower Cup with a world-breaking THC level, no, you also placed first in the Emerald Cup with your photos, and you create some amazing photos, but you are not a professional photographer. Even though it looks like that, you use an iPhone, and that inspires me personally, because I need to get my fingers on one. I think soon the new one's coming out. I think I'm gonna need to scrape all my money together left and right and buy one of those, because you inspire me, because it's so easy to take a shot with a phone like that. It takes so much less equipment, and all you need to really take care of is you have to have a vision, and you have to have a lighting. And lighting together you can learn if you talk to FreeGrow8, because he is a god of lighting.
I was once told, if you walk into an establishment and take pictures with your iPhone, they're gonna laugh at you. And I took that personally. And look what I've been able to accomplish with just my phone. So Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's not the device that you have in your hands, it's your mind. Anything that you put your mind to and you can visualize, you can make happen. That's what I try to do. I try to visualize and speak everything into existence, because it's very, very reachable, if you would. I mean, everything that I've done is absolutely left field to the stars, but it's been accomplished, and I don't know what to say, but thank you, Lord. Thank you to the Lord, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Him.
And thank yourself, because you have clear goals on your mind, and that helps a lot. Thanks for giving us a little bit extra knowledge on maybe how to grow a cup-winning plant. But I do want to know, what's your favorite smoke right now? Is it that strawberry banana, or is it something else?
I'm still trying to figure out, yes, it's the strawberry banana right now. Anything strawberry I love. I just harvested some apricot.
Nice.
And that's really good too. I was thinking about that could possibly go as well. I didn't want to say anything like a surprise, but hey, the cat's out of the bag, so.
Yeah, that apricot is crazy. So what kind of terps did you get on that?
It was very, very fruity, and then the aftertaste, the exhale. You have some gasoline. It's definitely a unique flavor, I would have to say. Everything that Fast Buds has is unique. That's what I like about it. So, very unique.
Thanks, brother. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, I'm having an apricot in my tent as well right now. I can't wait for her to mature. She just started flower. I can't wait to see what I come up with, And I can't wait to see yours, and also Chubb's, and also Good Buddy Flowers, what you all are creating. And I really hoping very, very much that I can maybe make it out there. And then I don't know how high I will get, man. I think I will never.
To be honest with you, I think if we all got together, we would have probably one of the best nights of our lives.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I really hope it's gonna happen. Thank you so much, man.
Will.
Thank you so much. Yeah, one day for sure. I don't know if it's gonna happen in January already or when, but it will happen. It will happen for sure.
Yeah. Or if I have to come to the World Autoflower World Cup.
Yeah.
Hey, can I stay in your basement for 3 months and grow a plant, and then we'll enter it together?
Yeah, of course. But I don't have a basement, but we'll figure out a way where we can grow for sure.
I would love to somehow. That would be an incredible goal too. The Autoflower World Cup.
A collaboration. Yeah, we definitely have to talk about that. Okay, man. Thanks so much, and don't forget, it's 420 somewhere.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Sebastian.
Thanks, man. Now that we talked to all the winners of the last American Autoflower Cup, thanks again to Free Grow 8, Chubb's, and Good Buddy Flowers for all your tips. I have a special treat for you. The one and only Grower Joe. Thanks, Joe, for taking the time, man.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always great to have you here, Joe. And I just saw this amazing Gorilla Cookies Fast Flowering Seed to Harvest on YouTube. I already mentioned it earlier that you were smelling like Fruit Loops, and I pointed out to it.
100% pure Fruit Loops, man. It was an amazing run, dude. Like, we popped it again. So today, nice. Tommy's with me down here today, and we're popping a bunch of brand new genetics, man. We got Fast Bud genetics in there. We got the Gorilla Cookies, Tropicana cookies, and then in the big grow room, we got the wedding cheesecake.
And I think you told me before that you also ran the GG4 sherbet. I mean, she is one of my all-time favorites. What do you think about her? And how far is she? Is she already?
First one, I've already flowered one, man. I already did one full run of every single lineup that they have. So I think they have 7 based off the top of my mind right now. Yeah, 6. We did all of them, man. The GG number 4 is coming up on a full seed to harvest. I mean, Gorilla Cookies is always my favorite, but this GG number 4 has a beautiful look to her. Beautiful purple hues, covered in stones, man. It's a traditional Fast Bud genetics strain for sure, man.
For me, the combination of that GG4 funk with the orange sherbet, like fruitiness to it, is like that what makes it really special to me.
Yeah, man. Like, I was putting my little guy to bed, man, and he was like, "Dad, you smell like Fruit Loops." And I was kind of laughing, man, but then I smell my fingers. And then me and Tommy, I picture a video of me and Tommy down here smelling one another's fingers down here. And we're like, what's that smell? Fruit Loops. So it's kind of weird. We're sniffing.
That's what I always say. I come like Tommy in the room and like show my wife, smell this. And she's like, come on.
She's like, get out of here. Yeah, 100%.
So
man.
what I wanted to ask you, not only about the fast flowering, of course the Gorilla Cookies is always your favorite. I know you're a big Gorilla Cookies fan. What do you think about that purple lemonade? That purple lemonade, FF?
Purple lemonade's beautiful, man. I actually just posted a reel of that over on my Instagram. I've got the full lineup going, man. And to be honest with you, I haven't been. There's only one strain that I wasn't satisfied with, man, back in the early days when I was growing autos. But I think it was my fault, man. I haven't even given it a second chance, but it's the LSD auto. I grew the LSD once, and I grew it with the purple lemonade. So the purple lemonade's been part of my journey since I started, man. Purple lemonade was one of the first fast buds I grew with the Gorilla Cookies. And then now that it's in a fast flowering strain, and I can run not only autos and photos over here, I've got the fast flowering strains in the big grow rooms. So that purple lemonade was a beautiful cultivar, man. It didn't get as big as I wanted it to because I had it in a 1.5 gallon. And I did a really unique kind of training method to that and another strain. So you're going to see one of the fast flowering strains actually transplanted on top of a statue with a bonsai.
I saw that one. That was that was that flamingo, right? You had.
That was the flamingo, the high flamingo doing this.
Were you inspired by Gold Dust Farm? Because that's like,
100%, dude. He is amazing. He's the best
it's amazing.
Doing it,
it's mind blowing. I want to do it, but now I'm gonna start a bigger tent. I'm gonna start 5x5 on next to me, and I will start like messing around a little bit. Try to also not have this overload. So far, everything with me was always overloaded. Too many plants in too crowded spaces. It worked out, but it's a lot of work because you have to move them around, and you don't have ever space or anything, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think it's good for the plant either, man. Like right now, Tommy and I just moved. We transplanted from my small room, and then we germinated it a bunch. I say, Tommy, come say hi, buddy, if you want to give a little wave. If you don't know Tommy's been a huge helper down here in the basement. Big shout out to Tommy.
Thanks for coming in. Well, I follow you on Instagram. I saw you guys were like doing amazing stuff during planting, and I followed you right away on Instagram. So follow Tommy, man, guys, for sure.
100%. Thanks, brother. So we got everything transplanted, man, and into the big grow room. And Tommy and I have been making some hash. Now he's got my dog all fired up over here, man. But we have a good time down here, man. So we basically took less plants now, but we spread them out in the big grow room. And got 3 lights now instead of the 2, man. And it made a massive difference on the last run just to have more room to train, more room to kind of spread that girl out to get better light penetration. Because those top nugs are what we really want, right? We want those big, beautiful colas.
What I just did, I had a strawberry gorilla, and everything is still cramped and stuff like that. And I just went her, and she looked so beautiful from the flowers. She's like I can see in a few weeks she will have like purple hues and everything. So I was just like, now let me get rid of all the bottom, lollipop the shit out of her, and just like focus on all the top, colas. So I have like maybe a little less, but then just bombshell, top shelf wheat,
100%, man. That's what I like to do now. And then you're going to see me transition a lot of these strains too. Like the Gorilla Cookies is going to go not only seed to harvest what you've seen, but we're actually going to bring it from fresh frozen rosin, man. So we've harvested some of this girl in the freezer from frozen, man. So from the minute we harvest it, we froze it. And then we've got a freeze dryer and a washer. We're going to wash up this product. We're going to turn it into a fresh frozen rosin, and then we're going to bring that all the way from bean to bowl, man. So you're going to be able to see what these girls perform in otherwise, because I already know what it performs like in a flower. So now it's rosin, and then we'll continue.
So wait, you're in the New Brunswick area, right? Let me book a flight really quick to you so I can text all that shit out. I'm going to live in your basement for a week.
Dude, we got 2 couches down here in the basement, buddy, and I'll put your name on.
Fantastic.
Buddy.
So before I let you go and before we end this for today, I want to know, Tuesday, the big live is coming up. You're going to have Rob from CLTV, no?
100%, man. New live show over on Instagram with Fastbud Genetics. Fastbud's live over there. Go over and follow them. And we're talking to Rob from CLTV, man. This guy's been doing a lot of this stuff for a long time, man. He's got a really unique way of looking at how to grow and kind of some techniques that might help you get growing. And he also has an inside scoop on kind of how some of this cannabis stuff works on a legal market as well, and advancements of people actually starting to use autoflowers in the legal market. I think we're going to see a transformation from people using photos and autos. I think it's just a matter of figuring out how you can dial in that cycle so you can get that weight. But hopefully eventually it's not much more about weight.
I think the legal market will turn much more towards craft and away from like the, you know, the quantity kind of thing. And also a lot of the growers who are used to growing photoperiodics, they finally give in and start learning how to grow autos, you know. And that way they see, hey man, there's some strains out there which are like mind-blowing.
Well, and you did fast turnarounds, man. And you can always grow autos with your photos, right? So I love it, man. A lot coming up, a lot to look forward to, guys. So if you're not following that live show, make sure you go tune in, man. And you maybe, we can't say it, but we might give you a little...
As always, because right now we're airing this, you of course can get some beans here too. One last thing, because you said you weren't so impressed with the LSD 25 back then, you know. Now that you do the live rosin, run her again. Believe me. Run a few again and then make just live rosin out of her, because you will have purple live rosin.
Well, and I have her documented, and it's not that it wasn't bad on the LSD's part. Like, you can see that I had a bad run. Like, I've documented this. It was under purple lights back in the day when I didn't really know how to control my environment, and I didn't really know how to grow an autoflower, man. And with autos, man, if you overwater them, you can really stunt their growth, and they don't perform well. And then all of a sudden you're overfeeding. Next thing you know, you got this clusterfuck of a terrible cultivar, and sometimes you blame it on the breeder. Listen, this one was my fault. The LSD's coming back, because I love LSD. You know that. I love
LSD 25. Joe, thanks so much for coming, swinging by. I want to do these Fast Buds talks every 2 weeks, and I want to have you at least every month. So every second episode, just for like 10 minutes, stop by, check in with you, because it's always fun to share the love and to pop up all over the place. That way we are more present for the community.
I'm in, man. I'm in. I appreciate you having me on, man. Have a great day. And
you too, and don't forget,
see you again soon.
It's 420 somewhere.
I was just going to say it.
Fast Buds.